Welcome back. Honolulu Mayor Rick Blangiardi is ready to give his State of the City tonight at 6 o'clock, which will air live on KHI as well as KHON2.com. Joining us now with the preview is the mayor's chief of staff, Andy Sugg. Aloha and good morning, Andy. Thank you so much for stopping by with us.
Aloha.
So what are you folks focused on for the second term?
I think very simply, Sam, tonight's speech for the mayor is about the road ahead. It's about execution as opposed to policy. Obviously, there's a lot of policy in there, but the mayor's focused on getting stuff done in 4 years, and I think that will be the overarching theme of the story he tells tonight. And it's going to be an aspirational speech. We've heard it a bunch of times. He's been practicing, and I think it's a speech that'll have a lot for everybody. And as I said, it's really about moving forward.
I think execution is music to a lot of people's ears because we all know the problems that we deal with. Mayor has called them wicked problems. When you look at things like housing and homelessness, what are some of the execution plans that the administration has?
Yeah, so he last year at the State of City, he did talk about the wicked problems. And, you know, some of those had to do with different city departments. Some of those had to do with homelessness, housing. Obviously, public safety is always his #1 priority. So on the homelessness front, you and I were talking about it a little bit earlier. We meet every week with city, state, service providers, all the problem of homelessness. And we just opened a cohort in Iwalei Center, very, new age kind of thing, cutting edge. Could be a national model. There's going to be 3 more cohorts, so 100 beds in that property alone. We have our respite over right in the old First Hawaiian Bank across from the park, which is a medical respite, which has been a huge success. Dr. Scott Miskovich and his Premier Medical Group are doing a great job. So as our Director of Community Services, Anton Krucky, says all the time, beds of many flavors. So there's not just one approach to homelessness. We're tackling it on a lot of different fronts. We have a lot of doctors in the room with us every week when we talk about homelessness, and we're doing it in a compassionate but aggressive way. Aggressive as it relates to folks who are on the streets doing bad things and committing crimes.
Yeah, it's a multifaceted issue that a lot of people have different reasons for their homelessness. It could be housing, it could be medical issues, mental health, substance abuse. For folks who don't fall under that category, housing is a big issue for a lot of people. Cost of living and housing is the most dramatic impact on their bills monthly. What is the city working on as far as housing?
So we're merging our departments of housing and land management into the Department of Housing and Land Management. And we think that will go a long way in executing, as we talked about a little bit ago, more units, more affordable units. We're asking developers to get involved. We have, excuse me, a number of properties that we are taking proposals on now that are city-owned properties that have been sitting vacant for years sometimes. And what we are encouraging developers to do is to work with us. We have a great partnership with the developers on the island. And what we want to do is activate more affordable housing units, because we know out-migration, the mayor talks about it all the time, is one of the biggest issues we face here on Oahu.
Yeah, one of those wicked problems, definitely out-migration. Now, when we talk to city council members, some of their concerns are the proposed new landfill in
I will say that. I will leave it to tonight at 6 for folks to hear what he has to say. We feel very, very comfortable in the way that we went about choosing the new landfill site, and I think the mayor will reiterate that this evening.
All right, mahalo, Andy Sugg, the chief of staff for Mayor Blangiardi's office. Can't wait to see the State of the City tonight. Thank you so much for joining us this morning.
Thank you, Sam.
Aloha.